and welcome to Art and Culture Monday. I hope that you are feeling fantastic as I am this morning. I hope that you're having a fantastic time, a great morning. I know it's a bit cold. Seems like July doesn't want to go anywhere, so we adjust, okay? So karibuni sana. This is of course KUTV Art and Culture Monday. I hope that you're having a fantastic time this morning. We are here to just ensure if you're having a 50% type of morning, we want you to now get to 90. We want you to get to 90, 95, 97. That will be a good one, okay? So I am looking forward to an amazing show. Karibuni sana. Of course, you can talk to us this morning because all our online platforms are open at KUTV Kenya and at Karen Blessing across the board. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, we are there. Just look for KUTV Kenya. The show is Rise Today. The edition is Art and Culture Monday. So karibuni, let's do this. We are going to be here all the way up to 10 a.m. and today we don't have much time. I hope that you have enjoyed the good music that has been coming your way. It's Art and Culture Monday style. It's been a while since we had some really bomb covers, so I hope that you have enjoyed some of those, and we will keep giving you more, so stick around, okay? We have a packed show lined up for you. Of course, we will start kama kawaida with our roads, then get to some news updates, and we will know what is happening in the country. Then we will go on to our art calendar kama kawaida, movie trailer huko ndani. We have a couple of interviews set for you. We have a young girl that is doing amazing at the age of 8. You do not want to miss that one, ladies and gentlemen. And then of course we are going to be talking matters environment, climate change, and art in Africa in general. So we are going to also be talking about that. These are all things that are affecting each and every one of you. I can guarantee each and every one of us, these issues are affecting each and every one of us, so you don't want to miss those conversations. So stick around, okay? Stick around for that. But right about now we want to start right on. Before we do that, of course, this is Monday number 38. I have to remind you, this is Monday number 38 out of 52. So yes guys, we've been here 38 times. We have 14 more Mondays to go before we wrap up the year, so it's coming down pretty quick. So if there's anything really that you had set to do in the year 2022, this is the time, okay? This is the time. Whatever you've been postponing, whatever you have been saying you will do kesho, this is the time. We have just about 14 more weeks to go until we wrap up the year, so please go ahead and do exactly that. But right about now, you want to take a look at our roads to know exactly what is happening if you're headed into the CBD, out of the CBD, to work, to shags, even if it is on a Monday morning. Let us just tell you the situation on our roads. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 46 minutes past 7 a.m. I hope that you're having a fantastic time this Monday morning. We want to take a look at what is happening on our traffic updates. And today's traffic jam on Thika Road starts at Utalii towards Pangani on the highway. So if you're headed that way, ukifika Utalii towards Pangani, you may probably be taking a minute over there. There has also been quite some complaints on Twitter actually concerning, let me just get there, concerning Super Metro, and I think this is our road segment, so if there's anywhere we can address this, that Super Metro, especially the ones on Ngong Road, are not being driven very well. Actually someone has said Super Metros on Ngong Road is among the 1,000 ways to die. That means there's very careless driving that is happening. So Super Metro managers, drivers, conductors, can you do something about that? We want to hear you having better reports. Again, today Thika Road traffic is moving slowly all the way to Allsops, so if you're headed that direction, you're going to be taking a while. Someone else is saying, for those approaching Kisii town towards Daraja Moja, be careful, major crackdown at the junction. All right, so take note of that. Someone else is saying Mombasa Road this morning is a parking lot, but to Mezoea, yeah, Mombasa Road usually has traffic most of the times, but you're going to be getting to wherever you're going to go to, so relax, okay? Someone else is saying, okay, let me get there. Again, Super Metro, there's a lot of complaints, by the way, about Super Metro this morning, so you guys better take care. Someone else is saying, Jogoo Road, this morning we are moving bumper to bumper. Tutafika kazini too. Thank you very much. That is happening this morning. Again, Thika Road, there is traffic today from all the way Utalii, Muthaiga, headed into Nyuma kidogo at Allsops. So if you're using Thika Road this morning, just plan time ya jam. You're going to be taking a while. Outer Ring Road this morning, sio rahisi. Someone is saying that. Let's move on. Ngong Road this morning. Hatusongi, okay, yes, Ngong Road, Hatusongi this morning. So there is a bit of traffic on the roads that are headed into the CBD, so you might as well get some time as you are accounting for your time to get to work or to town or wherever it is that you headed to. Just account for a bit of time in traffic this morning. I think that is about it, courtesy of Mathre Route on Twitter, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to know how traffic is doing on your side. The SMS and WhatsApp line is 0739110544, and our online platform open at KUTV Kenya and at Karen Blessing. But right about now, that is all we have on our traffic updates, courtesy of Mathre Route on Twitter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, you are on Art and Culture Monday. Rise Today is the show from KUTV Kenya. I hope that you're having a fantastic time this morning, that you are going to be getting there. If your morning is crappy, don't worry. We got you, okay? We got you to just make sure that you're having a fantastic morning. We want to go on to our topic of discussion this morning. And this is interesting because I know it involves each and every one of us. It is Matters CBC, and I just want to give you a background info, of course, kidogo. CBC, of course, is the new education system that was brought to us back around 2017. Yes, 2017, when we were done with the 844 system, and competence-based curriculum is what CBC is all about. The main theme, the flag carrier of the day, was that students would move from theory to practicals. Meaning, like, they would actually be able to do something. You know, if today they didn't know how to sew, tomorrow they will be knowing how to sew. If today they didn't know how to, probably say put toys together, they would know. Like a kid, you would see the progress of a kid not just in theory but in practice. So we have been doing that for a while now, for a couple of years, and this new government, of course, led by our very own President William Ruto, they have a plan to review CBC. They have a plan to review how has it been? Are we able to transition? How are our kids doing? Is it better in comparison to the 844 system? So the new administration has announced plans to review the competence-based curriculum as it moves to address concerns raised by stakeholders. Of course, stakeholders here being Ministry of Education down to parents and then the students themselves. So there has been a bit of complaints that have been going on. So the new administration announced to review the competence-based curriculum, and regarding a number of issues that have been raised. So even before I go to them, because I'm going to be sharing them with you in the course of the show, I want to know, I know if you're watching here, you have been a parent to a kid that is, of course, in the CBC curriculum. If not, you have a sister, you have a brother, you have a younger, you have a younger sibling, you have a kid in class 1, now grade 1, 2, 3, or they are clearing from class 7, moving to junior secondary school. So I know you have interacted with the CBC. So I want to ask from your experience, because I'm going to be giving you the experience or the concerns of stakeholders that were raised to the president or to the new administration. But from your experience, do you think that CBC should be scrapped off, or it should remain running? Should CBC be scrapped off, or should it remain rather? So should CBC be scrapped off, or to be let to keep on, can we let our kids go on, or do we need a review of it? Do we need to, of course we are not going back, going back to the 844 system, not really, but what tweaks, or do you think we should scrap it off or actually let it remain? That is the conversation that we are having today. I'm going to be giving you every issue that stakeholders have raised that have led to the review, but I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear, because I know you have interacted with the competence-based curriculum. So from your interaction, should it be scrapped off, or should we let it remain? That is the conversation of the day. I'm going to be giving you more details, of course, every concern, every issue that has been raised in the course of the show. But because I know you have first-hand experience with the competence-based curriculum, I want to hear your opinion first. And I see there are already some people with us already, because we are streaming live on Facebook. That is the easiest place to leave your comment. You always know that I'll get to it on time. So if you're wondering where we are at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, where we are streaming live right about now. So please go ahead on there and let us hear what you have to say. I want to move on to some comments that have been already left with us. Mzalendo wa Resambu anasema 52 minus 38 equals 14. Yes, of course. And more than 14 Mondays to go with 0.01 Cherera's error. Mzalendo tena anasema hii show ya Rise Today inapendwa hadi na waganga. Okay, all right. Wako happy? Bora as long as they are watching, we are happy. As long as they are watching, we are happy to be here. But yes, that is our conversation of the day. So tell me, CBC, yay or nay? Do we need it to remain, or do we scrap it off? Okay, that is all that we are going to have here. But right now we want to move on to our news update. So let us know what is happening in the country, even as I wait your comments.
Bila shaka, mbiu ya mgambo ikilia, kuna jambo. Na sasa, katika KUTV Rise Today, makala ya TBT. Tunaongeza kuni, tunawasha moto. Tunaingia barabarani kuangalia hali ilivyo. Takwimu za corona na kupa habari zinazojiri na zinazokuhusu, na kujuza na kukumbusha yaliyotendeka siku kama hii ndani ya historia. Kisha na kuletea wageni na wataalamu, tudadavui, tufahamu na tuchukue nafasi yetu kama vijana katika uongozi, uchumi na masuala ya kisiasa nchini. Na joto likizidi, tunaingia uwanjani, tunachambua spoti ya Kenya. Ni kila Alhamisi saa 1 hadi saa 4 asubuhi, nami Vincent Maina almaarufu Ojwang mtoto wa Mariam, ndani ya KUTV, a new experience.
What's up, people? How are you
doing? My name is Katali Kenya, and I will be bringing you the full part entertainment show in the 254. Talk about trending topics on the industry 411.
When these people were doing the things they've been accused of, was I there?
We're bringing you the biggest upcoming and sizzling artists in East Africa coming through.
So then I got a call from Shafiweru. And he asked me, wewe, unataka kufanya radio ama ni nini?
Nikiwa solo artist, nilikuwa careful.
The biggest concerts and events going down in East Africa. As well as articulating youth issues that matter.
There's a lot of stress and strain that is associated with early parenthood.
This is the full pack entertainment show that you cannot afford to miss every Monday from 8 p.m. This is the Scrunch Show, and see you there.
This is my jam down.
I said, man, I will never give up. Now I can make it so away. Show me something.
Everybody wanna feel like me.
You're just like a river.
Real thing, if I never mama, I wouldn't believe it.
Hear me when I say
What is this magic? I need that magic.
somebody call 911.
Anything for your girl, give me more.
It is a sunny Sunday afternoon when we make our way to Sunken Park along Aga Khan Walk at the heart of the Nairobi Central Business District. It is here we meet hundreds of skating enthusiasts, new entrants, parents and guardians who have gathered for an eventful afternoon. From Monday to Saturday, the Sunken Park serves as a parking lot. It is only open to skaters for just one day in a week. They fall and rise until they get it right. Samson Soni is a skating coach. He has been training the children at the park.
Welcome back. You are watching KUTV Kenya with me, Karen Blessing. The show is Art and Culture Monday, and we would just want to take you through to know what is happening in the country. And to start us off, President William Ruto has left the country for his first official visit to the United Kingdom and the United States of America to attend, of course, the burial ceremony of Queen Elizabeth II. The president was accompanied by Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, Ministry of Foreign Affairs officials, among others. Anne Odida tells us more.
President William Ruto left the country on Sunday, September 18 for the United Kingdom to attend the state funeral of the departed monarch Queen Elizabeth, which will be held at Westminster Abbey, London. This marking his first official visit outside the country since his swearing in as the 5th president of Kenya. The president was accompanied by the First Lady Rachel Ruto, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, Ministry of Foreign Affairs officials, among others. According to the Buckingham Palace, the Queen, who died on September 8, will be laid to rest on Monday, September 19. Ruto will be among other 5 dignitaries, including President Joe Biden, kings and queens from Europe, and leaders of Commonwealth nations who will be at the state funeral. While in the United Kingdom, the president will be hosted for dinner by King Charles III. The Commander-in-Chief will later head to the U.S. for the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly, set for Wednesday, September 21, 2022, after his tour in the UK. Among the issues that the annual conference will tackle includes promoting sustainable economic growth, international peace and security, promoting human rights and African development. Anodida, KUTV, Nairobi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that report. We are keeping you thank you, Anne, for that report. We are keeping you updated on what is happening in the country. So we want to move on to the next story. The Ministry of Labor in Kenya, in collaboration with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, has upgraded measures meant to ensure the safety of Kenyan workers, particularly domestic workers who travel to the Gulf country. Saudi Arabia has assured Kenyan workers of their safety in the country. Take a look.
In a statement released by the Ministry of Labor in Kenya, new initiatives have been rolled out to ensure the safety and well-being of domestic workers. Some of the initiatives include the introduction of a wage protection program and a distress alert line to security agencies. Ministry has also upgraded measures which include the formation of a protection support department under the Ministry of Human Resource and Social Development to handle complaints from migrant workers, and the activation of the alternative dispute resolution mechanism that includes ensuring cases referred to the court are heard within 21 days. The Kenyan government has also established an oversight and community feedback mechanism to facilitate monitoring of private employment agencies to ensure ethical recruitment. A toll-free line has been set up, as well as a web portal of which aggrieved workers can contact to ask for assistance. In an effort to supplement the ministry's initiatives, Saudi Arabia has also set up a complaints and communication channel where aggrieved migrant workers can send an alert to the security agencies through a uniformed number. These developments follow numerous incidents of deaths and torture of Kenyan domestic workers in Saudi Arabia, with Kenya's foreign ministry stating that over 89 Kenyans have died in Saudi Arabia, a majority of them being domestic workers. The cases of 24-year-old Diana Chepkemoi and 22-year-old Selina Kazungu still being fresh in the minds of Kenyans. Zipora Warogoro, KU TV.
Thank you so much. Moving on, the Maasai community living around Kidong Ranch at the border of Narok East and Naivasha sub-counties have threatened to forcibly repossess their land, claiming it was grabbed under the former administration, and have asked President Ruto to help them get back their land as he had promised during his campaigns in Narok. Take a look.
Residents of Kidong Ranch residing at the border of Narok East and Naivasha sub-counties held demonstrations in the area to an extent of damaging part of a fenced area estimated to be 75,000 acre piece of land that the residents claim to have been grabbed from them by the former administration. The Maasai community, including elders that have lived in the area all their lives, are now pleading with the President, Dr. William Ruto, to help them repossess their land that was taken by Uhuru government under unclear circumstances. A resident, Commander Ole Maisoro, claimed that the land was grabbed after a few residents were deceived and signed unknowingly for the lands to be given out further, sending pleas to the President to help them eliminate the cartels occupying the land as he promised while campaigning in the area.
I also married here, and I'm a father of very many children here, so I have no other home that I call home apart from Kidong.
According to some members of the community, a 24-hour security has been put to bar them from grazing in the land they claim to be theirs. A security they say has subjected them to suffering.
Kuna watu ambaye imeishi hapa Kidong saa hii ni mafamilia 33,000 na bado unaishi mpaka saa hii, na tumeamua miaka 20 tukipikana.
Wamekuja kutuletea waskari wabaya, kunyanyasa watu wetu, kushika wa mama, kushika wa vijana, kushika wasee, hata anaiba ng'ombe yetu. Hata wanashika wa mama usiku wakati wa mama anatoka soko.
The tussle of ownership for this community that is seeking help from the new government only hopes that they will once again get back what is rightfully theirs.
Moving on, a charity organization has come to the rescue of 5 unsuccessful aspirants who are eyeing to clinch the member of county assembly seats for Kenyan ward in Murang'a County. The youthful aspirants, who during the past campaigns exploited all their savings, got support to start a chicken and dairy cow farming. To start a chicken and dairy farming. Let me get to that in just a minute. to start a chicken and dairy farming. Of course, they were supported to do exactly that. Let's move on. By the Ahadi Trust Kenya organization. Just take a look.
Said, Director of Ahadi Kenya, Dr. Stanley Kamau, is at the forefront of supporting local politicians who were flawed in the ward elections that ended last month in Murang'a County. Speaking when handing over support to unsuccessful aspirants, Kamau said campaigns are expensive and in most times leaves those who participated in the elections financially depleted. He noted that the dairy and chicken will support the aspirants to start generating income, saying the beneficiaries are young people and who initially relied on menial jobs to earn a living.
Leo tumekuja hapa kuwasaidia kwa sababu hiyo pesa wametumia na sisi, wametumia na wananchi. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tuwapatie heshima yao, tusiwatusi, tusiwadharau. Hawa watu wote walikuwa natafuta kazi ya kusaidia familia zao na kusaidia wananchi.
The director, who was accompanied by the area-elected MCA, Grace Nduta, further added that some of the aspirants who failed in the elections were psychologically affected and also need support to accept the reality and move on with their daily activities.
Ikifika mwaka wa 2027, watakuwa na biashara yao, watakuwa na pesa kwa mfuko, watapeleka watoto shule na wataweza kurudi vile biashara zao zilikuwa.
Tulikuwa tunasaidiana na tulikuwa tunaleta pamoja wale ambao tulikuwa tunawania hii kiti nao, ndio tuwalete pamoja, tuwasaidie kujiinua tena na kurudi tena standing up again with their own feet.
One of the beneficiaries, George Kenyanjui, appreciated the support from Ahadi Kenya, saying he spent more than 500,000 in his campaigns.
Kristi tunaona wengine wenye walitushida wanatuletea mambo mazuri, kama hivyo tumeletea hiyo project na najua tutaifanya na itatusaidia kupita hapo mbele.
Another beneficiary, Anthony Maina, observed it was his first time to vie for an elective position, saying he depleted all his savings and now he has embarked to search for an employment opportunity. John Wahome, reporting for KUTV.
Moving on to matters agriculture, farmers in Kuria, Migori County are pleading with the President William Ruto to reduce the cost of other farm inputs to help spur farming activities and increase production. They are calling upon the national government to open Migori Cereals Board Depot to enable maize farmers to sell their produce instead of being exploited by middlemen. Take a look.
Farmers in Kuria, Migori County have welcomed the move by President William Ruto to reduce the cost of fertilizers and are further asking the head of state to do the same with other farm inputs. The chairman of the Kenyan National Federation of Farmers, KENAF, Migori branch, Peter Chacha Mwita, said that in a bid to help spur food security, other farm inputs like pesticides and fuel should be reduced to make farming a viable activity.
Sababu angepunguza mpaka madawa za kupiga armyworm za mahindi. Mahindi wadudu wamekula sana. Sababu ukienda kwa duka agrovet wanakuambia gharama zimepanda mpaka madawa zimepanda. Mkulima akianza kununua hizo madawa gharama iko juu sana. Akijaribu kupiga eka moja 1 lita haimalizi.
The official noted that by lowering the farm inputs, the venture will be appealing to farmers who had initially abandoned production. Mwita wants middlemen to be eliminated to ensure that the said reduced prices of fertilizers are actually reduced for the benefit of the farmer.
Kuna hii mafuta bado iko juu. Hata ukileta tinga ikulimie bado ni kama hatutafaidika.
Kwa zilikuwa 6,600. Sasa hivi tunatarajia tutaweka mbolea kwa mahindi kwa hiyo ndio ilikuwa shida yetu, na kitu kingine tunaweza muomba tena tunaweza tupunguzia hiyo madawa ya mahindi kwa kuna saa zingine midudu inatuingilia kwa mahindi, bei inakuanga juu. Tunaweza tumwambie tu atupunguzie hata hiyo bei ya madawa atupunguzie chini.
Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service KEFIS is required to scrutinize seeds and ensure that they meet standard certification. Farmers have endured losses because of infective seeds and pesticides. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV.
Welcome back. Still in matters farming, the dwindling of natural fish in Lake Victoria has made some residents of Mukuyu Bay in Migori County to turn to cage fish farming. The managing director Bay Rise Cage Fish Farming, Mr. Alfred Achar, says that replenishing the natural stock has become the biggest challenge, majorly affected by overfishing. Take a look.
A fish cage farm at Mukuyu Bay in Nyatike sub-county has been set up in a bid to add depleted fish stock to the lake. The managing director, Bay Rise Cage Fish Farm, Mr. Alfred Achar, notes that fish caging is the perfect example of utilizing the lake's resources and a good alternative to producing fish.
As we all know that the natural catch, the fish that was originally in the lake, is becoming less and less. So for the world to continue getting the benefit of protein that comes from fish, then there has to be some alternative production of fish.
The farm has 17 circular cages that are 10 meters wide with an intensive stocking of 60,000 per cage. Achaz says that a normal pond with a similar capacity can only hold around 2,000 fish, making cage farming an attractive venture.
So fish cage farming is a good alternative now to produce fish, and we are not only producing fish and providing to our people, but also we are creating jobs for some of the youth in the area that they are able to make their living. Some of them who used to make their living from the natural catch, which is diminishing now. So cage fish farming now actually is able to replace that.
Bay Rice Farm, which started 2 years ago, is now producing 400 metric tons of tilapia fish in the Kenyan markets every year. Achar discloses that from a harvest of 20,000 fish stocks, he can fetch between $500,000 to $1.2 million.
And as a farmer itself, fish cage farming, if it's done properly, actually it's a profitable venture that if you do, then you're able to make money out of it.
Bay Rice Farm manager Godfrey Nsimba says that cage fish farming is the only solution to the overfishing and depletion of the natural catch in Lake Victoria.
Highly nutritious and the best protein source, so people can easily access it here just from the cages to here, so people can get it even at a cheaper price. Unlike in the lake, fish is getting depleted from the lake.
Cage fish farming is now being practiced around the lake region, with Siaya, Kisumu and Migori counties being at the forefront to champion the venture that in recent times has attracted many investors. Lack of availability of quality fingerlings, quality feeds and capacity building are also some of the reasons limiting fishermen in doing cage farming. Christine Mwando, KUTV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That is about it for now on Matters news updates. We hope that you have, picked a few, 2-3 stories here and there to actually know what is happening in the country and that you are updated. Of course, more updated pieces of the news that we have just brought to you and other fresh ones are going to be coming to your screens. So keep it KUTV Kenya, okay? And you're going to be updated every minute of the day. That is all Matters news. We want to move on, of course, to our topic of the day this morning. We are asking what aspects from your interaction with the CBC that has now been there for a couple of years, what aspects need to be revised? What aspects do you feel need to be revised in order to accommodate everyone, all the stakeholders? That means the students, the parents, the teachers, the Ministry of Education. What aspects do you think should be reviewed or revised in order to make sure that everyone is comfortable, that everyone has been accommodated? That is our conversation of the day right here. I'm going to be waiting for your comments on 0739 110544 and of course on our online platforms at KUTV Kenya and at Karen Blessing. So keep them coming, all right? And there are a few that are already here, so let's get to that in just a bit. Mtoto wa Mariam anasema CBC is okay, it needs improvement. Thank you very much. That's where we were headed with this conversation. The grading system is to be precise. Scrap off junior high school, have have grade 1 to grade 8. These kids are too young to be in Form 1. Okay, those are Ojwang Mariams. Of course, this is our Thursday, our TBT show host. He's saying there's no need. All we can scrap off is junior high school. Then we have grade 1 to grade 8. And he says for the reason that these kids are too young to be in Form 1. What are your thoughts? These are Ojwang Mariams. Thank you very much for your participation. Then he's also saying a lot of congestion in those junior high schools, plus there are no classes. Ati uko Form 1 lakini juu hakuna class unabaki primary school. What's that? Okay, I know that is unheard of. So yes, those are Ojwang Mariam's comments. I'd like to hear yours. What are some of the aspects do you think need to be revised to actually accommodate everyone in the CBC? All right, that includes the parents, the kids themselves, the teachers, everyone that is involved. What reviews can be done to make sure that they have all been accommodated? Sarah Mam Eddie anasema a very beautiful morning, tuned in from Ukunda, Mombasa. Thank you very much for your comments. Keep them coming. All right, when we come back though from the break that we are headed to right now, we are going to be having an interview on storytelling and climate change. Okay, we have had Ken before. I know when you see him, you know him. So I know we have had him before. So today we are all going to be talking about matters climate change and art and storytelling. You know, okay, incorporating art and culture Monday into climate change, and we are going to be having that conversation in just a few. But right about now, I want to leave you with a story that is actually on storytelling and climate change, and then we go for a break, and then when we come back we are going to be jumping right into our first launch.
today we are going to talk about a technology or an innovation that is based on agriculture called Store Fresh.
One thing that brings together the team at Store Fresh is we are all children of smallholder farmers. We've seen how much work these people put in and how little return they get for it.
Our end goal is to digitize informal agriculture in Africa. And how we do this is, first of all, the point at which we onboard the farmers is through an AI SMS chatbot. So ideally, what we're building at Store Fresh is an end.
Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
People pass vuguvugu. People pass ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
KUTV, in conjunction with Kenyatta University Funeral Home, is now offering death announcements immediately following our news bulletins at 7 p.m. At this sorrowful time, as you share in your grief, allow us to communicate your announcement of your loved one on KUTV in both Kiswahili and English. For more details, kindly inquire at the KU Funeral Home Service Desk or call 0736 928 380 or dial 020-359-9054.
Ukiwa na dukuduku la michezo, tunafungua sanduku la dukuduku kwa ufahamu zaidi. Kila danadana, mitimpo, mifiatuko na harakati zote ugani, sisi ni wako mwandani. Kukurukakara zote nyanjani, haziwezi kuangaziwa zaidi ya micharazo michezoni. Mimi mwanaspoti wako matata Peter Pinches Mwaora, ndakuwa na jopo lenye maarifa sufufu, nikufahamishe na nikuburudishe wewe shabiki shakiki kwa uhakiki na kindakindaki.
Just a minute. Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in to Art and Culture Monday. You're with me, Karen Blessing, and we are getting into our lounge number 1. And I'm not alone. I'm with a gentleman that I have hosted before. He's been here before. But just for the sake of some of you that are new, and for the sake of today's conversation, I want him to introduce himself. Atuambie anaitwa nani, anafanya nini. Then we jump right in. Morning, Ken. How are you?
Morning too. Nice to see you again.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to have you here.
Yes,
always, anytime. Yes, I want you to say hi to guys at home. Tusalimie tu, tuambie unafanya nini, alafu we jump right in.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to be at KUTV. My name is Ken Kigunda. I am the communications lead person for Climate Story Lab Africa, and definitely I'm here to have a conversation on how young people, and especially those into creative spaces, we can be able to have a conversation that will steer up our country, just to see how we plug into the conversation of climate change, because definitely we've been feeling the effects.
Yes.
And as young people, it's about time we take the center stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction. Imeja. Yes, but I want you to just tell me briefly about Climate Story Lab Africa, for someone who's probably watching for the first time and they're thinking, well, the words make sense, but who are these guys? What do they do?
Climate Story Lab Africa was begun by a farmer in called Kisilu in Kitui, a very remote place called Mtongo. And he just did a film that documenting the climate season, the extreme change of weather around this area for 5 years. And he met this Norwegian researcher who was coming there and was able to develop it into an entire film. It saw him go to COP23 back then, and then he was able to come and have an earth dam dug in his place. And so the conversation really took a different angle, that now, since a farmer like Kisilu can be able to document and can be able to tell the story and all this adversity of the climate change that they're facing at their place, why can't we blow it up and then bring other people on board? Other people who are doing small actions in their own way, other people who are impacting their community and society, to see that they can be able to mitigate climate change impact. And that's how we began 2021 at the height of COVID. We began Climate Story Lab Africa, and that was to bring artists, to bring community frontliners, stakeholders, to see how can we move the conversation from the boardroom, because you always see when you hear cop something, it's usually very ambiguous to some of us, and it's very jargonistic to the normal citizen here. And so how do we break and turn it down to a level that we can all have that conversation, we can all engage and take solution and be part of the solving the climate crisis that we're facing now.
Exactly.
So that's how it began. 2021 it happened. It was quite successful because we had so many people plug in, young people engaged. We created a platform, a community that was really vibrant. People, we saw illustrators coming on board when conversation were going on about talk about energy, justice for Africa, what's the narrative of climate change for Africa, and we were able to simplify it, and they drew very nice cartoon, drew very nice illustrations that within a second you could understand what it meant.
Exactly.
I remember one specific art was Victor Ndula, is like a renowned illustrator, editorial. He drew rotating a world there was a fire. You know how you do nyama choma and the rotating bar. So that's what the world rotating on a fire, showing how the world is burning up and we need to take it a bit serious.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. I would love to see that one, because I feel like when you first came, by the way, when you first came for the first interview, I was wondering, the things you wonder within yourself. I'm like, how does climate change and storytelling exactly, relate or even help each other? But now with what you have been doing, I can see clearly, like what you said, the founder of Climate Story Lab Africa was probably just doing a story, probably not expecting it to turn into a global conversation. Yet here we are. So storytellers out there, illustrators, writers, I think any type of storyteller can tell a story that can be able to they can be able to contribute to the climate conversation in the globe.
Absolutely, yes. And if you see, like the piece that played before we came in, it was an amazing piece showing how different ways of creative, artistic ways of telling the story. I like the way they were in a forest and singing African songs. If you look at our ancestral history, we have quite a vast ancestral knowledge on climate change. And if you remember, sometimes if you've had a conversation with an elderly person, maybe your grandma, your grandpa, they always tell you how they used to enjoy going to the forest, how they used to go harvest, how the rains were, seasons were, and how they were, sometimes there was some famine. And these are history that we have, and this is the knowledge that we can really tap into. And you remember, we come from Africa is a nation that we love storytelling. We sit down, and unfortunately now we are more digital, but we still continue to tell those stories. Before it would be a bonfire there, a family, maybe your stove at home, sitting down and having those conversations, your grandmother telling you, when there's a lightning and you're wearing red, you'll be struck. So those kind of history that we used to have, they are the same that we need to keep having, the conversation that we now need to keep. We have people now doing poet, we have people doing spoken word, we have people now singing, we have people now doing illustration, both manual and digital, because there are people even are drawing now digitally. So how do we engage as young people? Film is a big thing now. It's coming out. Documentary, look at feature storytelling and all these things. So how do we use these particular skills and talent that we have among young Africans to tell the climate story lab, to churn it, to move from now those very heavy words that are spoken in the boardrooms, are spoken in big panel discussions at the UN level, at the world global level. How do we make sure that each and every one person take part of the conversation?
Exactly. And also I need to make sure that we are the one telling our story. Because when you have spoken about jargons and us thinking climate change is this big conversation, because I feel like if that conversation starts from the top, now we are dealing with someone who grew up in the Antarctica, where there is ice. We don't have ice here. Like, no matter how well versed they are in this climate conversation, they have not really come from an environment like Africa. But when we start telling these stories from ourselves, I'm definitely not going to be talking about ice. If I am shooting a story, if I'm telling a story, if I am writing illustrations, I'm not going to be dealing with icebergs and icebergs are melting, because that's not exactly what is affecting us directly from here. So I feel that bottom-up conversation is really coming in handy.
Yes, and if you look at, no one can tell their story better than themselves.
Exactly.
And for the longest time, we've had our stories being told.
Exactly.
And it's about now Africa to tell their stories. Yes, we are saying we are victims of climate change. It's true. But that's not the entire side of the story. What's the other side of the story? There are young people doing amazing work. If you go to Dandora and you remember how the dump site was just a menace, and look at where it is right now, it's totally different. Who did it? Young people who are based in that particular locality. The community itself took up the mantle and said, let's clean up our hood. Let's clean up our mta. And that's how they have been able to take those actions. There are so many other. Look at Magiro Power, just in Muranga. This young person who decided we are having issues of connectivity in terms of the grid. How do we produce our own power and serve the community? And now his community is powered. And so many other young people doing so many other amazing things. We have a lady, Sandra from Uganda, doing a lot of climate artistic work and installations that are really communicating powerfully just to tell the story of Africa. And this is what we really need to do. Let Africa tell their own stories.
Tell our own stories. I like that. From last year, let's start from last year before we come to this year. What was last year's theme and what did you feel it accomplished?
Well, last year's theme was to bring storytellers together and community frontliners, and we were able to achieve that because for the very first time in Africa, we had a conversation that was not only fixed in a boardroom, but we had people coming in with poets, we had people doing spoken words, we had people coming doing illustrations, and be able to see for the very first time those jargonistic words being told in a language that we understood. And from there, the conversation steered on and continued to drive because we saw now it's generating to what we are having right now in 2022. And apart from just having the conversation on the boardroom, Kisilu has continued to do what he does at Motomo.
Yes.
We also had a group of other people coming from different, Sadi coming from Northeastern, and they're still doing an amazing work. We had so many other young people like Youth for SDG, now doing activities at the school level, holding debates, planting trees, just making sure that we educate those particular young people at that level, so that when they're growing up, they know they have to take care of their environment, where they live in.
Yes, so we started from the ground, you're still building up, and that is why we have the year 2022. So what is the theme for this year?
This year we are saying, yes, it's true, we acknowledge we have we are the victims of climate change, but we need to tell the other side of the story. And this particularly time is that we are bringing on board more people. We are seeing people like we are bringing, even we will have a fashion installation to show there are some people are using what we call mitumba clothes now. But do you ask yourself, after these clothes we wear, where do they go to? So people are repurposing again, because it's been of Africa kind of dumping things from the West and being dumped here. But how do we use that positively to just ensure that we protect our environment? So there are some young guys who are doing repurposing of these clothes that are there to form really to come up with fashion designs, fashion clothes that have gone global. So we will have amazing fashion installation there. Then again, we will have dreamers and doers. These are people that are doing small innovation at their own level, people that have taken action on different levels, like now what I spoke about, the Dandora dam set, it's a whole community doing something there. So how do they come on board and tell us what they have been doing? So we will also we are trying to see what kind of leadership do we need in terms of climate change. Who are the leaders that have we championed? What are policies are there, and how do we interrogate these policies? Especially at the county level, because we just want to move from the national level, from the global level, how do we go to the grassroots? How do community members take charge and ask the leaders there to provide leadership in terms of how do we mitigate ourselves or even protect ourselves? Because we know as much as climate change has happened here, it is not that adverse. But we are heading to a red flag. So how do we protect ourselves from getting there?
Exactly. Like you said, prevention is better than cure. So if we are always going on how we can prevent from getting there in the first place, then I think we are in the right track of having this conversation.
We are, and that, the better we have it earlier, the sooner then we will realize that we can take care of our climate.
Of our own climate. I like that. I like that you have introduced new forms of art, because art is quite broad. It is really broad. So I like that you have brought in fashion on board. Then amidst this fashion, you are actually having conversations with the people on the ground, the person who goes with a plastic bag to collect all that garbage. You want to have a conversation with that specific person. So I like that. We can go to the theme, the where, the when, and of course the timeline before we go to the activities of the day.
The theme, I've said again, we are saying Africa is the victim, but not. We need to tell the other side of the story. Definitely this time the event will be a hybrid event. We have panel discussion and installation happening. That will be at Movenpick, but those are, it will be only the people that will be having this conversation. But again, the entire global audience can plug in online, virtually, because we believe that we need to expand this conversation to whichever corner you are in. And also our social media lines will be open, and people can join the conversation, can have it, can have, their voice, can add their voice into it. And particularly it will be on 29th of this month. So we just ask each and every person, register now. We have a very vibrant website, and apart from just being plugged into climate conversation, also you have a chance to network. Go meet other people doing different things. And amazing, I've seen so many people in the engineering sector, people in the arts sector, people in the medicine sector, people in the environment conservation sector, just coming in and plugging in. And so it's again a good platform where you can see how we can interlink, and how can we together then bring actions that will definitely have an impact, a long-lasting impact to our communities.
And then also the fact that this is virtual for most of the people who will be attending, it means it's available at wherever you will be at. So whether you are in Shags, whether you are in the farthest corner of this country, as long as you can get yourself out some Wi-Fi or some bundles, you can be able to plug in and actually actually, like he has said, connect, network, interact, give your opinion, you know, share ideas and also receive some good ideas. Okay, I like that. So what will be some of the activities of the day? We have talked about them. I feel like we are answering these questions inside others. But yes, we will be having a showcase of fashion. So at least we know that will be happening. Any other activities?
Yes, we will have definitely storytelling in fashion. And storytelling is that we will be playing some films at the event.
Yes.
And these are films that are doing different, that have been able to steer some conversation. Definitely we will have Kisilo there, and thank you for the rain film there.
Yes.
But we also have other films from Senegal, from Benin, that will be able to showcase their people doing different things in their own countries. And apart from that as well, we will have Doers and Dreamers again panel discussion that is being curated, and this is amazing people doing different things in their own spaces. And then we will have to speak about leadership, climate leadership, and again we will bring both people from diverse sectors, that will be government, people in the NGO, the CSOs, and people also in the creative space, and trying to see what we can do about that. And so it's amazing.
There will be a lot of activities. There. Yes.
Trust me, you will enjoy it. We will make it as easy, as fun as possible.
Yes.
We will have sessions where people will do questions and answers, where we will have those people can interact in our platforms. We will also be live on social media again. Twitter will be having our hashtag, what we're calling hashtag CSL Africa 2022, where you can plug in and give us ideas of what you're doing. So we just want each and every person to be involved in that conversation, wherever space you are in, wherever place you are in Africa, and just feel, let us know, what are you doing? What actions are you taking?
Exactly.
Yes.
Towards this conversation on climate change. Wow, I like that. And also that the fact that anyone can participate from anywhere. So these films will also be available on your live link.
Yes.
So people can actually get to watch.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, please, if you are wondering, you want to shoot a film, it is on climate change, you're wondering how do you go about it, such are the platforms. Go there, see what someone else has done, see what was accepted by Climate Story Lab. Then probably next year your film is the one that is actually going to be showcased, you know, as we go to the theme for the year 2023. So please go ahead and do exactly that. We are going to be sharing that website, the Twitter handles, so stick around. Okay, we will have that conversation shortly. What impact, since you started Climate Story Lab Africa, what are some of the impact that you can pinpoint and say this one was done because of Climate Story Lab Africa?
More stories coming up. We've seen more people. There's a lady from the Maasai Laikipia called Lisa. She did a whole film about the drying rivers of Northeastern. Ewasonyero is one of the. It used to be one of the biggest rivers, in the northern the northern eastern part of Kenya. But now, from a big river, it became a seasonal river. And she's trying to show how livelihoods are being affected by the extreme change of weathers, because now we know the patterns of rains have changed, and then we're getting fewer rains. Even if it rains, the amounts are very few. They can't fill up these rivers anymore. And she has done an amazing work around that, just to show our community how now they are transforming, how they're trying to protect the environment, and how now they are trying to thrive with whatever little that is there. Because you find at some point, there's where some people selfishly block the river to benefit alone, and then they down the stream, other people are affected. So we are trying to see how do we have these powerful stories, then again showcased, so that people can know we can share these resources, and apart from sharing, how do we protect the little that we have.
Wow, amazing. I hope that you guys are listening in on this conversation, because that means that we will do away with the issue of recycling stories, where you feel like it's one story being told that is just different characters, very minimal adjustments, but really the same story. So I feel like now we have a whole range. Climate Story Lab Africa has opened a whole range of stories that you can actually tell, because when you say rivers, I can imagine, even if I go back to my Ushago, I don't think the stream is still there. We used to actually have a kisima Yeah, and the whole village was there. So now I feel like that is something I could talk about. Now how are they coping? Because that was our only source of water. We did not have Kanjo water in Ushago, like from where? So I think those are stories that are worth being told. So please be part, come back here and be part of this conversation and share. Kwa your Twitter handle, I have a story about this and this and this and this. You never know the response you're going to get. On that story, I want to talk about DocuBox because I believe that is also another networking platform that will be open for them. So what is your partnership with DocuBox and what is that interchange and interaction?
Yes, DocuBox is one of the partners for Climate Story Lab Africa. You know, DocuBox has been big in East Africa in terms of supporting filmmakers who are doing impactful stories. It's begun with documentaries, but now we've diversified, definitely even telling about supporting in fictional stories because some can be told within that sphere. And so DocuBox is coming on board to see how then can they steer up more conversation using now film because we've seen the power of film and film being part of storytelling. Then they are coming to bring stakeholders and in particular that room that will be in as the conversation going on. There are people who will be there just looking into other people pitching their stories, the storytelling and the doers and dreamers pitching their stories and seeing how can we then convert these particular conversations we're having here into powerful stories that will definitely be shot or produced to reach huge masses because we know the power of films, and that's now we've seen most of Kenyan films also on international platforms and doing amazingly well. If Thank You for the Rain could transform a whole community in Eastern Kenya, you can imagine how many, and Lisa now whatever she's doing in Northern Eastern, you can imagine the power of stories that if we produce so many other stories, how impactful it can be. We can tell our stories to the globe, as you said, bottom up. This conversation being told by the people for their own good and then streamline up to those now boardroom conversation. Especially now we are gearing towards COP27. How can we have this conversation then continue there and past?
Because we don't want to scrap off per se the boardroom conversations because that's where the funding comes from. That is where you will find donors getting in. That's where you will find the government coming in, to know what we can do. But if we can be the one taking those ideas up to the boardroom, then that would be the right channel.
We need to plug into those conversations. We need to see policy changes. At times there's a very good campaign going on from Uganda called Loss and Damages. They're asking, these damages that have been made here, we need to be compensated because we are not part of the largest contributors into the climate change. So how do we make then our conversation plug into those spaces where decisions are being made? How do we sit into those tables and ensure our representation is being felt?
And felt correctly. So that we are not putting money into things that are not giving us results the way we would like results to be given. Amazing. Now that we have mentioned DocuBox, what are other stakeholders of Climate Story Lab? As you know, give them a thumbs up and just tell them thank you for being part of Climate Story Lab.
We have Henrich Ball. Nairobi office, especially we partnered very largely with them, curating a whole panel about energy justice in Africa. So it's a panel that you should look into, know how can Africa move into the green revolution and actually steer it up because we know Africa is a green continent. And we know that Africa is endowed with a lot of resources, speak about minerals, speak about hydropower, speak about all that. And the good thing about Africa also is that we have the youngest population on earth. So we need to have this conversation, and Henrich Boy is leading on that. We also have the Doc Society from the UK, actually the mother of all Climate Story Labs in globally. There is other Climate Story Lab apart from what is happening in Africa. There's Amazonia, there's London, and so on and so forth. And so they have been really ensuring that this conversation take place. There is also, we do have, apart from that, it's called Climate Justice Resilience Fund, who have been great partners with us, and as well as Sarah Sen, who we are curating a panel on creative and storytelling about with them, and so many other partners that we are on board.
Wow, I feel thank you so much. One, if there's anything that I can tell from that response is that Climate Story Lab Africa knows how to network. They know their way. You hear all the people they have been able to reach. It's not just it's not 1-2 people, and it's not per se, but for lack of a better word, small people, like they know how to network, which means that anyone who is joining them gets into a place of advantage of connecting with people who otherwise, if Climate Story Lab was not there, they would not have been able to network with those specific people.
And absolutely, we also have the community. And the community goes beyond. And one thing I like about Climate Story Lab Africa is that it doesn't matter whatever level, whatever status you are in, as long as climate change matters to you, you're part of it. You're the stakeholder, and the main actually stakeholder is the people taking action and the little actions at the community level.
Exactly. Wow, thank you so much for that. At this level of Climate Story Lab Africa, what are some of the challenges that you still feel if we were to overcome this, we would go to the next stage of where we want to go?
As a community, as Kenyan, as Africa, we need to diversify our conversations. I feel like we are not having enough conversation around climate change. I feel like young people especially are not plugging into this climate change enough. Of course, there are some who are doing it, but those are the number is not yet there. How do we then make this more robust? How do we make each and every young person involved? How do we take care of our environment? How do we feel the effect? Because right now, since the cold began which season? Until now, we are still facing cold.
Exactly.
So it's something affecting you, then it's something that should concern you.
Yes, and it's not actually even rain. If it was raining, we would say there's an advantage.
Exactly, and this is it's the conversation of our generation. Climate change right now in Climate Story Lab is a conversation that we must plug in because it's our generation that has to take care of it. We are the most feeling the adverse effect of it, and we will feel it even for more years to come. So if we don't take charge now, then again we'll be facing the consequences of it.
Exactly, with time, like we will keep facing the same consequences over and over again until now we have reached, the red flags, and now we are in there. So we better start having these conversations as early as now and be part of it. Like just before you worry whether a room has Wi-Fi or not, can we talk about climate change? Because like as little a conversation as what you have said, the fact that it's been cold since July. Like that should have sparked a number of conversations because that is abnormal. That is not how the weather used to be, So we can see some changes, and so it's upon us to take up those conversations and actually have them in depth and come up with solutions for them. Finally, as we conclude, of course, after 29th, which is this Thursday, what are the future plans with Climate Story Lab? What are you guys planning?
We are not stopping there. We'll continue the conversation, lead up to COP27, which is in November, just a month after Climate Story Lab. So those conversations, whatever conversation we'll have there, we will find out they will trickle into the COP27 and how we can have presentations there, we can have people, the conversation engaging. And I'm happy it's happening in Africa, it's happening in Egypt. This is the time that we really give the other side of the story as a people of this lovely continent. So the conversation will continue. Please keep plugged in. We have some amazing projects that are coming up in terms of installations. We have actions that you can take on your own small ways, and we have a platform that we will give to you to just interact and share with us in the smallest way whatever actions that you're taking at the community level, at the grassroots level, at the place where you are.
Exactly. Wow, thank you so much for that. And as he has said, ladies and gentlemen, it's no joke. They have a very vibrant website. I don't think I have seen a more vibrant website. You will know, like it's literally like Instagram. You will know exactly what is happening, how it is that you can participate, what can you do. So I want you to give us your social media handles for Climate Story Lab Africa, from the website to any other place where guys can be able to just plug in and listen in and participate.
Actually, if you've seen our logo, it was developed by a young illustrator called Brian Omolo, and it has all the artistic just in a one logo explaining what we're facing as a continent and as a globe. So that's why we're really asking young people, come on board. Let's have this conversation. If you have an idea, if you have a creative way of us actioning and telling these stories and simplifying whatever we are communicating, anything, tell us. Definitely you can get us on Facebook. We are Climate Story Lab Africa. You can also get us on Twitter. We are CSL_Africa.
Yes.
On Facebook, on Instagram, again, Climate Story Lab Africa. And definitely on our website,
yes.
www.climatestorylab.africa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So those are all the places where you can find this conversation on climate, as well as storytelling, as well as I hear that you have even brought on board engineers, medics.
Yeah.
So I believe anyone, basically, as long as, I like his definition, as long as you care about the climate, you can be part of Climate Story Lab Africa. So thank you so much, Ken, for being here. Any last words? Talk to the youth. I know we've talked with them throughout the conversation, but just talk to them, motivate us, or rather steer us in the right direction to actually keep on Climate Story Lab Africa and have these conversations in general.
Young people, my fellow young people, it is our time to tell our stories. It's our time to add our voice to the climate change, and definitely the talent that we have, being the largest, the largest population in Africa and globally at large. It is our time to just steer. It's our time to take the center stage in whatever way you are. It doesn't matter whatever profession you are. Climate change is our issue, and we have to face it.
Exactly.
And face it, provide the solutions to the climate crisis that we are facing now as a globe.
Yes. Finally, remind us once again of the venue, the time, and how guys can be part of that.
Guys, plug in online. It will be online. Definitely for the majority of people, it will be online, virtually. So we have made it very simple. And just go to our website, register now at Climate Story Lab Africa, climatestorylab.africa, and register. You get a lot of amazing information there. You see how you can plug in. You can definitely give us your profile, let know a little bit of what you're doing in the area that you are, and just get to network with each and every person who is there. It's a vibrant website where you can get opportunities, get to meet people, get that conversation steering on.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ken, for being here. It's been an honor, a pleasure. I hope that you guys have taken one or two things home with you, and that you're going to actually get to the website that is climatestorylab.africa and actually be able to be part of that conversation. Thank you so much for tuning in. That has been it for our launch number 1. We go for a short break. When we come back, of course, the show is still young. We have just about an hour, exactly an hour to go. We have a second interview. We are going to be talking about our art calendar, our movie trailer of the day. So stick around. There's still much more to go.
kijiji yenye hakuna stima ama kwenye hakuna maendeleo, huaga giza inaingia mbele ya kwenye kuna stima. Percentage kubwa even today unakuta mpaka simu hawana. Kwa nini? Juu stima hana. So unakuta ya kwamba life yenye anakaa, life yake iko nyuma sana, ni kama zile siku za enzi. Kupata stima ilikuwa ngumu sana. My old brother akienda kazini kutoka kwetu university mpaka kwa barabara, mimi nilikuwa namsukumia baiskeli mpaka pale. Akianzia kuride ilikuwa masaa ya 1:30, nikaona ya kwamba inatoa mwangaza. So kutoka hapo fikira zangu zikaona ya kwamba to solve the problem yenye iko kwa community inabidi nitumie plan B ya baiskeli, niende ninunue ile dynamo ya baiskeli, nipeleke kwa mto nione kama naweza pata stima. Ile maji tu inamwagika pale inarudi kwa mto. So nikaonelea kwamba ile dynamo haiwezi toza kijiji yenye iko pale. So nikaanzia kufikiria kwamba nitatoa generator kubwa wapi. Jamaa mmoja hapo kwa kijiji tulikutana naye kwa mtu, akaniuliza, "Bona nimekuona hapa mara kadhaa na bado ni kama hujaifaulu." Nikamwambia hata hii mambo ya stima nataka kuachana nayo. Akaniambia kwamba mwenye alitest bulb mpaka iwake alijaribu mara 99 ili hiyo bulb iwake, na mpaka wa leo haijai waka venye yeye waga anataka iwake. Nikaona inabidi nifikirie. So nikapata jamaa mwenye alikuwa na generator, nikaenda nikaibai 3500. So kitu yenye ilikuwa ni nani atakuwa ananunua mafuta ya kuweka hii generator ili nipate stima. Kazi ya pili ilikuwa kurudi kwa mto, alafu nirudi nyumbani niende nibomoe ile generator. Juu pesa ya mafuta sitakuwa napata. So after kubomoa nikatumia some part of the bicycle kama rim. Yenye ilikuwa inazunguzwa na turbine. After that hiyo wheel inazunguza sasa ile generator yenye niko nayo. After that sasa kuangalia kwa reading nikaona ina generator around 240 foot. But right now we are talking about 820 wenye saa hii tumeconnectia household. The total of the people that they are using Magiro Power ni kama 3000 hivyo wenye wanafurahia stima ya Magiro Power. So after that kwa kuja watu wa environment kwa shule wakasema kuna kijana anaonekana kwa TV amefanya hivi na hivi. And after that Magiro Power ikapik. Mpaka nikasema kwamba inafaa kuregister Magiro Hydro Power because that is my name, Magiro, to be registered as Magiro Hydro Power. So from that time kwa kuja watu wengi sana wa environment, tunashidana tunaangalia ni project gani huwa inasaidia mazingira. I have been allowed more than 10 to 14 certificates in Africa and also in the world. Juu hapa Murang'a tuko na falls, tuko na mito kubwa zenye ziko hapa. Falls zenye ziko hapa you can even generate maybe 50 megawatts zenye ziko hapa karibu. Kitu yenye niona ya kwamba ni kwanza kuchange to transform the community from wenye wako hapa tuanzie na hapa na nini tuko nayo. Tunataka kila Mkenya, hakuna time yenye atakuwa anasema ati stima zinakuaga za matajiri. So kila mtu atakuwa anafurahia. Hiyo maji tu inakuja inapita kwa mto inarudi na hakuna kitu inasaidia. Inafaa kuwa imefanya kazi before ifike idianuse. Tukisema tunahitaji maybe tuungane watu wenye wako hapa ili tuendee Kenya Power kwenye iko, hatutafika huko. Tutakuwa bado tunasema 10 years to come, 20 years to come. Hiyo 20 years to come ikifika nitakuwa umri yangu iko juu hata naenda retire. So nitakuwa nasema nimeona stima, but nimeona stima time yenye nakaribia kuondoka kwa hii dunia. Mbona usifurahie time yenye uko young kwa hii dunia?
big shout out to my fans for Entertainment Friday KUTV. It will be one of the biggest entertainment shows. It's fun. You may like, and I'll be back again. So make sure you watch and stay tuned. Share with your friends and make sure you stream the album Greatness.
Ukiwa na dukuduku la michezo, tunafungua sanduku la dukuduku kwa ufahamu zaidi. Kila danadana, mitimpo, mifiatuko na harakati zote ugani, sisi ni wako mwandani. Kukurukakara zote nyanjani, haziwezi kuangaziwa zaidi ya micharazo michezoni. Mimi mwanaspoti wako matata Peter Pinches Mwaora ndakuwa na jopo lenye maarifa sufufu, nikufahamishe na nikuburudishe wewe shabiki shakiki kwa uhakiki na kindakindaki.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Make a date with me, Samson Jura, every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome to Children's Corner. Welcome to
Children's Corner.
Children's
Corner.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are on KUTV Kenya. My good name is Karen Blessing, and of course, you're watching Art and Culture Monday. I am laughing. My guest here is hilarious, so you're going to meet her in just a while and understand probably why I am. But karibuni sana, all of you are welcome. This is our lounge number 2. We are at 9:15, so yes, you have about 45 minutes. Do not worry, they will be packed with information and entertainment. So stick around. I am not alone in studio. I have with me an intelligent, I think that is the word, intelligent, beautiful girl with me right here. I want to have a conversation around who she is, what she does, and I know you're definitely going to be inspired this morning. Okay, good morning, Sam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How is your Monday morning?
Oh, my Monday morning is wonderful.
Yes. Are you a lover of Mondays or just this one?
Okay, let's just say I'm a lover of Mondays.
Yes. Perfect. Early mornings?
No.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But you're here now, so we are glad that you're here to join us. Please introduce yourself. I want you to tell guys at home who you are, what you do, then we jump right in.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Samantha.
Yes.
I'm 8 years old. I homeschool, and I do math like it's my favorite subject. Yes. And I homeschool. Like, I really love homeschooling. Yes, and I have 2 books. One is called Africana.
Yes.
And the second one is called The Quirky Thousandaire.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. We're going to be getting to that in just a while, ladies and gentlemen. Just relax. We're going to be getting into them in just a bit. We've talked about homeschooling. Let's start from there, because my first question to kids I have on the show is, which school do you go to? Which is your favorite? Who is your favorite teacher? So let's start from there. Why did mom decide to homeschool you?
Well, the school was teaching what I already knew, and also they used to bully me. Yeah.
Who used to bully you? Teachers or fellow students?
Everyone.
Or just everyone?
Including teachers and students.
Why?
I don't know. I just exposed their grade 3 secrets and they went bonkers on me. They were so fuming that they looked like they were gonna explode.
Yeah.
I told every secret.
Yeah.
And they just went to lie to the teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
So mom decided to homeschool you. How has that experience been, transitioning from actually going to school to being homeschooled?
Well, being homeschooled is more amazing because you get to know stuff that you can't learn in school. You get to do fun stuff that you can't do in school. And that's what I love about homeschooling.
Yeah. So what subjects do you take as part of your curriculum as you homeschool?
I take math, English, and just basic subjects except for Kiswahili. Yes, because our system is American system.
Yes. So you are in the American system, so you don't take Swahili, but you can speak Swahili, right?
Yes.
Yes, I like that. Different systems, different way of teaching, but I like that. So does that mean you have one teacher or a number?
I have one teacher.
One teacher. Do you like them? Do you actually like them? Do you like the way they teach, the way they, take you through the different subjects?
Okay, yes. I do, because it's my mom, and, she's already studied to be a teacher.
Yes.
So, she will give me much love, and, when I'm in school, we have to be apart. But when I'm at home, we can always be together, hang out, take smoothies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. So I get now why you were saying it's more fun, because if it's been done by mom, she gets to be mom even as she takes you through the subjects.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Let's start. Let's go back a bit and just, when did you start performing? Because I read from your bio, you do poetry, you do modeling, you're a voiceover artist. When did all this begin?
It began when I was 4 years, when, I started following my passion to model and to do poetry.
Yeah.
Yes, because I saw, I I really need to follow my passion, and so should other kids.
Exactly.
You know, parents sometimes can force children to be doctors, pilots, or this big stuff.
Yeah.
Even if I will be a doctor, it's still nice that I follow my passion.
Exactly. What do you want to actually become in the future?
In the future,
Yeah.
I want to become a mathematician and a doctor.
And a doctor. So a mathematician and a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, what were you doing at age 4? Like what exactly were you doing with your life? My cameraman wanataka tu. I'm just asking, what were you doing at age 4? Let's not even take it there. At age 8 right now. No, she started at age 4, following her passion and her dream that has led her here. So we're asking, let's even leave the age 4 alone. What were you doing at age 8? You know, what dreams, what passions were you following? I hope that you're being inspired. That is specifically why Samantha is here, to show you that it can be done. So you wrote your first book, because what we are here to talk about is the second book. But before we get there, what was the title of your first book?
It was called Africana.
Africana. What was Africana about?
It was about my personal experiences. You know, all my books are about the personal experiences I've had and whatever I faced.
Yeah. So then because I believe this book is different from Kwaki Thousandaire, the stories that you were facing them, can you give me an example or two of the experiences that you wrote about in Africana?
Well, all my experiences are funny, okay, but some are serious.
Yeah.
Yes. The first time I came, I talked about Africana and, you know, the lot of experiences I had, like when my uncle cooked with citric acid, and my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, what did you do?
Yeah.
Did the citric fall inside the food, or did you put it intentionally?"
Yes.
But he had thought it was just salt.
Yeah.
Because it had no title, because we had removed the label that said citric acid.
Yes.
And it was white. So he obviously thought it was.
This is salt. And then what would citric acid be doing in the kitchen? So you know that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we do keep citric acid in the kitchen because I'm a lover.
Yes.
I love citric and other salty stuff and savory stuff, but my mom hates salt.
Yes.
Actually, I find this orange mango so yuck.
Why?
Okay, the green ones are the delicious.
So you are a salty sour. You like salty sour instead of sweet. So if I gave you say, what would be salty and sour? Green mango and cake. What would you pick?
Well, I think I'd pick green mango.
Or crisps and cake.
Oh, crisps.
Crisps. So you would like that. So that means you're a sour tooth. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can still eat cake.
Yes.
As well as sugar stuff.
Exactly. I mean, you're 8. You're allowed to, go through the whole spectrum and pick anything. Per se, honestly.
Yeah.
So throughout your journey, who has been your inspiration? Who is the one person you look up to, or 2 or 3?
My mom is the one inspiration.
Yeah.
She's the one that told me, Samantha, whatever you do, just follow your passion, and it will do you good.
Yes.
And that's what I've been doing.
Yes, and so far it is doing you great.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. So let's get into the new book that is Kwaki Thousandaire. One, who came up with the title? Because the title itself is interesting. Like, I see a book that is Kwaki Thousandaire and I want to go through.
Okay, so I was like, I'm an amazing person. And I told my mom, okay, I was like, millionaire? No. Wait, billionaire? No. Thousandaire. And she just burst out into laughter and she googled the meaning of thousandaire.
Yeah.
And thousandaire actually means thousands of millions. And she started to tell me sorry because she didn't know it was a real thing.
Yes, I mean, I'm just learning that now. At my, how old am I? Very far away from 8, of course. So it actually means thousands of millions.
Yeah.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we've just learned something new here. So I thought maybe you were trying to downplay how amazing you are, but now I get that you are not. Then you got the meaning, and then you settled. You were like, thousandaire is what we are going to go with.
Yeah.
And then
my mom thought, wow, that's amazing. Yes, and my mom told me I was so quirky, so I told her, oh, okay,
yeah,
we should call it quirky then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you came out, that was the whole creation of the title of the
like
book.
We just did it in a whole day.
Yes.
Like a complete spill.
Yeah. Wow, I like her. So how many stories? Because they are short stories, right? How many stories are in the book Kwake Thousandaire?
Well, let me see. I don't know, but it has a lot of stories, and I'm still not done with my stories.
Yes.
I can do even the 3rd book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. Then pick me one of your favorite stories in the Kwake Thousandaire.
Well, it's another story that my mom leaked a 240-volt wire, and she wound up in the couch. I mean the couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
How okay, what led to that? Why would you be leaking a wire? Let's start from there.
Okay. This was the story.
Yes.
Okay. Me and my mom were sitting bored someday, and she told me, Samantha, go and put the radio on.
Yeah.
And I went, put all the wires on, and the radio just stared back at me. Like, it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
It didn't even just do the blah.
Yeah. Nothing. It was just
silent.
Yes.
And my mom said, remove the wires and reconnect them.
Yeah.
I did that, but it still just stayed there.
Yeah.
Looking at me. Like
like nothing, like you're doing nothing at all.
Yeah. And then she went. She just told me, there's nothing I tell you to do you can do, right? But when she went, she disconnected and reconnected. The radio was still silent.
Yeah.
And then you see the way we leak a charger or a cable to see if the electricity is on.
Yes.
She just leaked. And at that time, she had malaria and tonsillitis.
Yes.
So once she leaked like this, she got electrocuted and wound up on the couch, and all the malaria and the tonsillitis disappeared. And I was laughing at my mom, and she was she was scratching her head and asking me, Samantha, how did I get to the couch? And I was there licking the cable.
Yeah.
Is the radio now on?
Yeah.
And I told her, it's still dead silent.
Yeah.
And she was bursting into tears. And then a few weeks later, there was, like, let me call it a census. They were seeing how many people have electricity, stuff like radios, TVs, or any electronics. And when it came to our turn, they asked, do you have a radio, a TV, or a phone? My mom said she only has a phone. And then she looked at me, we laughed till we bent down to catch our breath, and then said, no, we don't.
Yeah. Because the radio is dead. So it's practically, wow, I like that. Guys, if this is not telling you to go and buy the Kwake Thousandaire, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will, because those are nice stories. And then I love how you are, how smart you are with your memory, how sharp you are, to remember, because it takes kids experience many experiences in the course of even a day, but they tend to just move on. But you have chosen to actually put that into something, make a book out of it. And so I am really proud of you. So far so good. I cannot wait. Please guys, go ahead and we are going to be getting the social media handles and the number you can buy Kwake Thousandaire through in just a bit from Samantha. So just stick around, okay? How long do you take to write down your stories?
Well, let's just say a month.
Yes.
Yes, before it's done and typed and edited. Yeah.
So you write them, of course, you write them with a pen first.
Yeah.
And then who edits your stories?
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah, she studied for it. Yeah, she's really studied for a lot of things.
Yeah,
and if
for
you
you.
ask her, she really loves me. Like, everything she does is just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. Mama Samantha, she's here, by the way. Just couldn't see her, but she is here. A very big up to you. Congratulations for raising an amazing daughter. I hope that parents, you're picking 1, 2, 3 things from this conversation, on how close you can be, how inspirational you can be to your children. I hope that you're picking a thing or two. Yes. So mom, and then who types the stories?
The stories?
Yes.
My mom types.
Your mom types the stories?
Yeah, but sometimes she lets me do it for the experience.
Yes.
When, she told me that she won't be there forever, and I have to take things on myself, and I have to teach myself.
Yes.
Yes, so sometimes she lets me type with my voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you type with your voice, because I wanted to ask, how are your typing skills?
Yeah, I do type with my voice.
Yes.
But sometimes I get my hand to work.
Yes.
Yeah,
get typing.
God really blesses the work of your hands. So,
Yes. So you have to do both. You can't just be here typing with your voice. I like that. I like your mom. So far, I like your mom. So is the book out? Is the book Kwake 1000 they are already out in hard copies?
Yes.
Yes. So how much is it selling for, and how can guys get the book?
Well, when you order, we deliver, and it's $650.
Yes.
Yes.
Just 650 bob, guys, and you get yourself an amazing book with an amazing girl, an amazing writer, not just a girl, a very young, amazing writer, for just 650 bob. Do you have the number where they can call and get the book delivered?
Yes.
Yes, please give it to us.
0717 46 85 95.
Repeat.
0717 46 8595.
Okay, so that is the number that you can call. I'm going to be reminding you that on our calendar segment, but 0717 468595. In case you missed it, you can be able to call and just order the book, and you're going to be loving it. All right. Social media handles, where can guys get you online?
Okay, my social media handles, all of them are called Summer J. Yes.
They're called
Summer J.
Yes. Okay, Summer J.
S.
Yes.
U.
Yes.
M.
Yes.
M.
Yes.
E. R. Dash.
Yes.
J.
J. Okay, so Summer.
Okay, not a J for like. Okay, let's just say a J.
The letter J.
No, not only one letter, but it's J.
Yes.
A. Y.
Okay, so summer the season, summer winter, all right?
Yeah.
So summer J dash JAY, all right? So summer J, summer dash J are the platforms, all her social media platforms. I like that they're just one. So if you look for Summer J, you're going to be finding her, and you're going to do that. So that is actually easier, because if you have not caught this number, tumesema ikakupita, you can go online and just look for Summer J, and you will be able to get all her content from there. Awesome. So Summer, what are you working on after the book? Of course, there is one, and let's talk about the book launch for a moment. You are having a book launch. When are you planning to have it?
I'm planning to have it on Saturday.
Saturday, tentatively. Yeah, so the book, they are going to be having a book launch on Saturday. So you can get to her online social media pages and follow that, and go there if you can, and just take your kid there for inspiration, Yes, and just let them go there, let them see what their fellow kid is doing, and they might just be inspired to get into something, to do something that is actually productive. Let's go on. After the launch, selling a few many books, I'm hoping that you will sell many copies of the Kwake 1000 there.
Yeah.
What are you planning on doing next?
I'm planning to start an app for kids. Yes, to be mentoring kids and to encourage them. Yes, well, kids mentor each other, talk about parents and their situations. it's a good way to see kids, and like if you have something in mind, you just call the kids for a meeting. Like they can use a laptop or a phone or something. Yes, and my mom really thought she can do that for me. She thinks it's really a nice way to, talk about your situation. You can even talk about God.
Yeah.
And, talk about the Bible.
Yeah.
And other stories.
Yes. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So now we are moving on. We are moving to an app. Ladies and gentlemen, at the age of 8, I am beyond impressed, because even the fact that she has this idea to begin with, that means it's definitely going to come to fruition, because just at the age of 8, I mean, she has the time, and trust me, by the age of 9, she's probably going to be having that app, and where kids can actually interact. Why have I never thought of that? Just random question. Why have I honestly never thought of that? But yeah, Summer J or Samantha, she is going to be launching an app, and that I can promise you that is not going to take long. That is going to be very shortly, and then we are going to be having her. Okay, apart from mom, I want to big up your friends and family who support you or who buy your books, as well as people who consume your content in terms of buying books, listening to your poetry, watching you model. I want you to just in a blanket just give them a big shout out.
Okay, so my grandmother is in Qatar.
Yes.
But my mom will obviously send the video.
Yes.
So to my grandmother, I really thank her for, really showing me kindness.
Yeah.
And, telling my mom to tell me to follow my passion.
Yeah.
And for buying all my books, like she buys like even 3 copies.
Yes.
Even if it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Like she just wants to take care of me, and I really, really thank her.
Yes, wow, amazing. I like that. Big up to grandma. You're doing a great job, and you're definitely been an inspiration to Samantha. So thank you so much. I want to get to some comments that have been sent. Mtoto wa Mariam anasema, so there is no Kiswahili because it's American system. Yes, there is no Swahili there. Anasema Ojang Mariam is asking you honestly want to be a mathematician. That couldn't be him in 1,000 years. But you told me you love math. You said that was your favorite subject, right?
Yeah.
Why do you love math?
Well, it's because when you have a problem, like when you're an accountant and they can't find the price of stuff, you can just calculate easily and say, like, if it's 2,000, you just say 2,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see the ease with which she says calculate? That is a problem with most of us. Like the ease with which she's going on, and it's just math. Just calculate and find the missing figure or whatever it is that is missing. That is definitely the mentality we are taking throughout this week. Okay. So apart from your mom, we have picked up your mom. We know what you're doing. We know what you're planning to do. When do you have a timeline for when you want the app to be ready?
Yeah. So after the launch, like let's say, well, it might be done by next month, and by next year, I know it will really have grown.
Yes, it will be up and running. Okay, I told you guys, this is not going to take much time. Okay. Finally, I want us to talk about some challenges that you have faced, through writing your book or following your passion. What are some of the challenges that you have, you have faced that you would like, without them you would be perfect?
Okay. There was a time I slept hungry for 3 days.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even swallow saliva, because if you swallow saliva, you just feel like your throats have closed.
Yeah.
Like they don't want any more food.
Yeah.
And by that time, we only had 1 5 bob, of which we just bought 1 mandazi.
Yeah.
Just cut for my brother, cut for me, and cut for my mom.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's alright.
I've been having a cold lately.
Sorry.
Yes.
But you did move past that. You are. Yes.
Yeah, this is the reality of most kids in Kenya because of the drought. In some places like Masai Mara, it's not easy to face that, but only God helps.
Exactly. Wow. Now I know that you have a brother. Is he elder or younger?
He's younger.
He's younger. Please say hi to him. I'm sure he will be somewhere watching this.
Yeah, he is
What
in
is
the
his
visitor.
name? Yes.
Oh, he's in the visitors lounge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and his name is Forever. But the short form is Fun, F-A-N.
Yes. Oh, so fun. Thank you so much for bringing this. As you have heard, he's actually in the visitors lounge. That is awesome. I hope that he's also going to follow in your steps, and be an inspiration. I think we are done. That is all we had on Sam or Sama or Samantha. Thank you so much for joining us. You are a dream to behold. I hope that you keep that light shining. Go on and on. After the please have something more, have something, always be doing something. I'm sure by the time you're getting to 18 you will be, I'm so glad to know you now, because by 18 I know you will be way somewhere very, kule juu, on top of the world. So all the best. Is there anything else you'd like to say as we close?
Yes, I would like to say that kids, you need to follow your passion. Let nobody force you for something you don't want, because when you're forced, you don't get to shine. You will feel sad and lonely. But when you follow your passion, you will be on top of the world. Just pray to God and do anything you can just to follow your passion. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is the best kids interview I've had. So thank you. Thank you so much, Sama, for being here and for giving us such a beautiful experience. I hope that kids and parents alike are inspired by this interview. So that is about it for our second launch. Thank you so much for, keeping it KUTV Kenya. So we still have a few more minutes to go. But for now, we want to close our launch number 2. Back, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to have you here. How brilliant is Sama though? I am impressed. Like namaliza hishu, I've been given a direction of parenting that I like. I am so glad that you're here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the positive comments. I'm sure she is also feeling inspired. You want to get onto our art calendar to know what is happening during the week, over the weekend, or over the next 1 month that will be. So let's keep it here. Let's start with Beats and Drip. Yes, Beats and Drip will be happening on the 24th of September. That is this Saturday. Beats and Drip will be happening at the Truth Lounge Grill. It will be taking place at the Truth September. 24th of September. This is this Saturday. This will be hosted. It will be hosted by Castro. Be none other than Nelly Katika. So all of you guys were Beats and Drip, I know you are familiar with this one. Also, music will be by DJ Vic, our very own DJ Vic 254, and Joff, of course, the DJ, and also Tevin Kimani. They will be producing. They will be giving you the drip and the music and the everything that will be there. So to confirm, this Saturday, 4th of September, Beats and Drip. We want to move on to the next one. This one is called Art in the Park. Yes, Art in the Park is by Ivan Sungure. Art in the Park is also going down on the 24th of September, so which means this Saturday as well, 24th of September, the year 2022. It will be starting at 1:30 p.m. of course, all the way to 4:30 p.m. That's about 3 hours. It's going to be going down at Karura Forest Amani picnic site, and of course you will alight at Gate A of Limuru Road. So please go ahead. Ivan Sungure is hosting Art in the Park at Karura Forest, so please go ahead and do attend that one from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. all right, let's move on. Of course, you can get the book The Quirky 1000 there from Summer J, of course, online at 650 shillings, and they are going to be delivering that one. We want to move on to LFNE Championship. Exactly, LFNE 7 Championship are going to be going down, and we have a trailer for that. Are we ready? Yes, we are. On to Climate Story Lab Africa. Yes, because they will be that will be happening on the 29th of this month. This is this Thursday on the 29th of this month. That will be going down online, so that also means that you can tune in from wherever you will be at. So you want to take a look at the trailer to also just get a feel of what you are expecting to have. Of course, this is the conversation on art and climate change. How can we use art to communicate our issues on climate change? So also take a look at the trailer, and then we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that is the story on Climate Story Lab Africa. I hope that you're going to be joining the conversations on the 29th of September online. So that is going to be very easy for you. Please go ahead and tune in. Otherwise, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an amazing show. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope that you have had fun, that you have been inspired, that you have learned a thing or two, because then our purpose for Art and Culture Monday would be closed and complete. Of course, the conversation on CBC is an ongoing conversation, but I think from the top of my head, we can start with getting enough space for actually the curriculum for the class 8 students, for the class 7 that are supposed to go into junior high. Just get enough space. Let's start from there. It's one big move that is becoming one big problem because we do not have enough classrooms. I think let's start there. We will go on with this conversation. Remember, the reformation task has been just started. So I know we will get a lot of these conversations. We are going to keep it going. But right about now, please go on. Let your suggestions be heard. You tweet online. Let your concerns be registered so that something can be done about it, if something can be done. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I'll see you next Monday, same time, same place, same amazing show. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome as always.
21st century slavery, black men don't think black is the color to be. The black you see is unclean. Take these filters and